Hello everyone. I am your verbal ability and soft skills trainer Nandita. All right. So आज का टॉपिक बहुत ही डिमांडिंग टॉपिक है. बहुत सारे लोगों ने बोला कि मैम इस पर बनाइए. बहुत सारे जो स्टूडेंट्स पास आउट हो चुके थे उन्होंने भी कहा कि मैम इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक पर प्लीज मेक अ वीडियो बिकॉज वेदर यू आर अ फ्रेशर और यू आर एन एक्सपीरियंस, अगर आप वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल हैं सो ऑफ कोर्स आपको पीआई मतलब पर्सनल इंटरव्यू जरूर फेस करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू कवर वेरी बेसिक क्वेश्चंस. तो ये भी मैंने दो पार्ट में वीडियो बनाया है. पार्ट वन वेर इन आई एम गोइंग टू कवर बेसिक एचआर क्वेश्चंस दैट इज आस्क्ड whether you are a fresher or you are an experienced person, and part 2 में हम कुछ और questions discuss करेंगे which are very important from the aspect of your personal interview. ठीक है. So before I start discussing the HR questions, so of course जिनके लिए ये नई चीज है वो सोच रहे होंगे कि व्हाट इज द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एचआर क्वेश्चंस. मैं तो स्टूडेंट हूँ, मेरे को क्या करना है एचआर क्वेश्चंस जानकर, राइट? सो फॉर ऑल दोज पीपल लेट मी टेल यू, लाइक इफ यू आर स्टडिंग और इफ यू आर इन कॉलेज, ऑफ कोर्स आपने एक प्रोफेशनल कोर्स इसीलिए करा है ताकि आप आगे चल के कोई जॉब करें. ठीक है. इवन अगर आपको बिजनेस भी करना है सो आई बिलीव कि इनिशियल स्टेज में आप शायद कुछ जॉब करें, कुछ एक्सपीरियंस लें एंड देन यू कैन स्टार्ट योर ओन सेटअप. या फिर इवन अगर आप एक बिजनेसमैन भी है, ठीक है, और आपको अपनी कंपनी बढ़ानी है, then also you would need certain people to work with you, and when you are going to hire those people, then what are the things that you are going to look into the candidate that we are going to discuss today. ठीक है. सो जल्दी से हम जान लेते हैं हमारा क्या है आज का लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव. सो स्टूडेंट्स, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू बी विथ मी टिल द एंड ऑफ दिस सेशन, you will get to know what are HR questions. HR questions होते क्या हैं, ठीक है. Then of course you will get to know the reason कि भाई HR questions क्यों पूछे जाते हैं, हमें डायरेक्टली क्यों नहीं कंपनी में रख लिया जाता है, या फिर हमारी सिंपल सी मार्कशीट्स देखकर हमें क्यों नहीं रख लिया जाता है. You will get to know about that. And then of course I will tell you how to answer it. हाउ टू आंसर इट सिंपली ये नहीं है कि मैं आपको लिख कर बता दूंगी और आपको लर्न करना है. नो, आई विल टेल यू व्हाई अ पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन इज बीइंग आस्क्ड फ्रॉम यू एंड what kind of answers an HR is expecting from you. ठीक है. So these things we are going to discuss. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Okay. So HR questions क्या होते हैं? ठीक है. अब एक कंपनी है, ठीक है, एक कंपनी को एम्प्लॉयज हायर करने हैं. उसकी बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है, जैसे लेट्स से कि मेरी एक सॉफ्टवेयर की कंपनी है, मेरी बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है कि मुझे ऐसे कैंडिडेट चाहिए जिनको सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री के बारे में नॉलेज हो ताकि वो मेरे लिए प्रोडक्टिव हो. ठीक है. अब मैंने उनके मार्कशीट्स देखकर, उनके सर्टिफिकेट्स देखकर मुझे ये तो पता चल गया कि हाँ टेक्निकली दे आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, या फिर उनको जो उनका एरिया है उसका नॉलेज है. पर मैं अगर किसी एम्प्लॉय को हायर कर रही हूँ तो ऐसा तो है नहीं कि एम्प्लॉय अकेले बैठकर काम करेगा. द एम्प्लॉय हैज टू वर्क विद अ टीम. ठीक है. उसको सबके साथ काम करना है. सो आई एम ऑल्सो गोइंग टू लुक सर्टेन क्वालिटीज इन दोज कैंडिडेट. ठीक है, कि भाई मेरे को जो क्वालिटीज चाहिए, क्या वो मेरी कंपनी में काम कर पाएगा, या फिर क्या मेरे लिए फायदेमंद है उस कैंडिडेट पर इन्वेस्ट करना. सो दीज ऑल थिंग्स आर गोइंग टू गेट डिसाइडेड व्हेन आई एक्चुअली गेट टू नो दैट पर्सन. और हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू नो दैट पर्सन? ऑफ कोर्स मैं पहले तो उससे मिली नहीं हूँ. जब मैं किसी से बात करती हूँ, बातचीत के दौरान लाइक 10-15 मिनट्स में we get to know whether that person possess those qualities or attributes that we are looking for. इसलिए आपका ये HR क्वेश्चन राउंड रखा जाता है. HR stands for human resource. तो आप लोग एक तरीके की रिसोर्स हो. किस तरह के रिसोर्स हो? ह्यूमन रिसोर्स हो, because we are going to utilize you people once we take you into our organization. इसलिए there are certain set of questions जो कि रखे जाते हैं. वो क्वेश्चन सिर्फ इसलिए रखे जाते हैं कि बातचीत के दौरान, ठीक है, दैट इज अ जनरल कॉन्वर्सेशन, बातचीत के दौरान मुझे जो जानना होता है दैट आई गेट टू नो फ्रॉम योर आंसर्स. दिस इज द बेसिक रीजन व्हाई एचआर क्वेश्चंस इज केप्ट. नेक्स्ट, ऑफ कोर्स द एचआर क्वेश्चंस आर रिलेटेड टू योरसेल्फ. आपको कोई भी थीसिस नहीं पढ़नी है, आपको बड़ी बड़ी बुक्स पढ़ के नहीं जानी है. इसमें एचआर एक्चुअली वांट्स टू नो अबाउट यू कि आप किस तरह के कैंडिडेट हो, किस तरह के इंसान हो. क्या आप में वो क्वालिटीज हैं जिन क्वालिटीज के होने पर यू कैन वेरी वेल वर्क विथ माई कंपनी. सो दीज आर थिंग्स which are being checked. और जब मैं आपसे वो question पूछती हूँ तो directly indirectly the way you give the answer I get to know or maybe any HR will get to know. ठीक है? So it is all about yourself. You should feel very enthusiastic while giving the answers. ओके सो रीजंस फॉर आस्किंग एचआर क्वेश्चंस, जैसे कि मैंने पहले ही बताया कि कंपनी को चेक करना होता है कि क्या आप एक राइट कैंडिडेट हो कि नहीं. कई बार क्या होता है, यू राइट मेनी थिंग्स इन योर रिज्यूमे and being a student you copy from others, so they just want to verify that whatever things you have mentioned in your resume, is it the same that you are saying. So one reason is to verify whatever you have mentioned in your resume. They just want to check that whether you have simply copied it or it is actually those things that you possess. So they get to know with the passage of time when they ask you questions. Then getting an insight into a candidate, of course, they have certain attributes. The company has decided certain attributes that they want from a candidate. So while they are going to ask questions, they are going to dig into deeper and they'll get to know that yes, you are the right candidate or they not, or whether you possess the right mindset or not. This is the reason these questions are being asked. Of course, it acts as an icebreaker. So icebreaker, why? Because uh, they simply cannot start asking you that what are your salary expectations. First, they want to get you know better. After slowly and gradually, when they feel that yes, you have passed a certain criteria, then they can come for the final round and they can say ask or they can negotiate about the salary. So it actually acts as an icebreaker between you and the interviewer. Then to check the compatibility for the position. See, students, every position requires different attributes or different characteristics. If I'm going to hire a software developer, I'm going to look for different things. I will see whether apart from the educational background, whether the candidate possesses critical thinking ability or not, or whether the candidate is good at logical reasoning or not, right? And if I'm going to hire somebody for the content writing, then of course I'll see whether the candidate has good command over the language or not, and whether the candidate has the ability to think out of the box, right? So this acts as a very good medium to check whether whether the candidate is compatible for this position or not, right? Okay, now before we jump to this first question, which you can obviously see on the screen, uh, I'll just tell you one thing, that take HR interview or take HR questions or take PI as a normal conversation, right? It is a conversation between you and the interviewer. Reason being, the interviewer wants to know you better, and the reason why he or she wants to know you better, because they want to check whether you are the right fit for the company or not. So obviously, if you are nervous, that is but obvious. At times, nervousness is good, but it should not exceed to that level that whatever answer you know or whatever you want to tell, that also you are not able to express in front of the interviewer. So keep it on a very light note. Just understand the question well, show that yes, you are well behaved person, you possess good body language, and then give the answer normally. Right. Now, the very first question which is asked, whether you are a fresher or you are an experienced, is tell me something about yourself. I know everything is mentioned in your resume, but still they want to listen from you, because whatever you are saying, they are going to trust that, right? So here you need to tell those things that are actually there in you, and you have to justify those things, right? So there is a sequence in which we are supposed to give the answer. Always remember one thing, whether you are into an extempore or you are into elocution or whatever you are into, or normally HR questions, try to express the things in a logical sequence. If you speak in a haphazard manner, maybe the person who is listening to you is not able to understand you well, right? So this is the sequence that we need to follow. You need to start with your name, all right? And one thing you need to remember, never ever say myself. That is grammatically incorrect. Either you can say my name is so and so, or you can, if it is informal communication, you can say I am, right? So best is whatever was taught to us in school. My name is Nandita Maurya, right? Start from that. Then talk about the place. You can say I am from Kanpur or I belong to Kanpur. There are many students who say I belongs to, which is incorrect. I belong to Kanpur. Or you can simply say I was born and raised in Kanpur, or I was born in Kanpur and raised in Lucknow. So these are, different ways which you can say in order to tell about your place. Then you need to talk about your educational qualification. Now, talking about your education qualification, you need to talk about the most recent qualification. So, which is the highest? So, you need to go from highest to the lowest. Your graduation, your 12th, your 10th, or maybe your post graduation, graduation, your 12th, and 10th. So, you need to go in that order. And then you need to talk about your hobbies. Hobbies, like what are the things which you actually like to do? And try to focus that you tell those hobbies which are beneficial for this profile as well. So just do not simply say that I love singing. Okay, you love singing, that could be your hobby, but if there is anything else which you do and which actually is beneficial for the job profile as well, try to target for that, right? Then you need to tell your areas of interest. Areas of interest are the subjects which you like, or maybe any kind, like for example, for btech students, if you like coding, if you like something like that, then those are your areas of interest. You need to talk about that. Now many candidates say that do we need to tell about a family when they ask tell me something about yourself? So answer for this is, it is not incorrect if you talk about your family, but just remember one thing here: interviewer wants to know about you first, right? So if you can tell something about yourself, that will be more good. Maybe later on, at later stage, they are going to ask you about your family. So keep it for that time. Here, try to speak more about yourself. And what else you can do here before telling your name? You can just start with any quote, a quote which actually defines you, right? So you can start with a quote, because usually what happens, HRs are very used to of, like, they know that if they are going to ask tell me something about yourself, and the candidate will start my name is so and so. So just to break that, you can start with a quotation that actually captures the attention of the listener, and then start talking about yourself. So maybe this is also the thing which you can do, right? Now, one something that you need to remember is, when you tell about yourself, the minimum time should be 1 minute. It should not be less than a minute, because if it is less than a minute, maybe the person is not able to even understand, right? And it should not cross 2 minutes, because there are other questions which the HR might have decided. So speak for a minute, or maybe for 1.5 minutes, not more than that, because there are other questions which are waiting for you, and you will get that opportunity to speak, right? Now, next, what do you know about a company? Of course, why this question is being asked. If you know about the company, which means that yes, you are actually serious for this job, you are actually looking for the job. So maybe this is the question, this question is asked to check whether the serious candidate has arrived or not, or maybe you are somebody who has just come here thinking or taking it very casually that okay, if I get selected, that's fine because I have other things to do. If that is the approach, they will never ever select you, no matter how good you are at your technical or how good you are at soft skills, because every company needs serious candidates, like serious as in you are actually looking for the job. So what could be done? If you are going for a particular interview, it is really important that you visit that company's website, know when the company was established, all right, who is the founder of the company, where are the headquarters of that particular company. All in all, make sure that you have to talk something positive about the company. You do not have to tell negative, that these many cases are there on the company, or the company suffered this much loss. No, you're not required to do that. You do not have to go in that deep. Just talk something positive about the company. You can say that after a thorough research done on the company's website, I got to know that the company was founded in this particular year, and it was founded by this particular person. It has headquarters in, you can talk about the city where the headquarters, or you can talk about the company where its headquarter is. Also, you need to talk about the services or the sectors wherein the company deals. So this will actually give a fair idea to the interviewer that yes, the candidate has done a thorough research, and after that, the candidate has arrived here. All right. So this question is asked on purpose. Also remember one thing, students, that you need to say what the other person is willing to hear, right? And this is not only for HR questions, this is in general life also. Try to say those things which people are actually willing to hear, and you will be liked by them. Okay, moving further, why you want to join our company? Again, this is also a very fantastic question, why you want to join our company. So again, this question is asked because the company wants to know that what you have in your mind, like what is the reason why you are coming to this company. So you need to, again, you need to think that way. You, of course, you have gone through the job description, you have gone through the JD, all right, and now here you have to think that way, and know what the company is looking for. Now whatever the company is looking for, you need to tell that same kind of skills you hold. It can be technical skills, it can be interpersonal skills. So of course company is also looking for this particular thing, and I'm the one who is having those skills, so why not join your company? So this is something wherein you can say that the need and the demand both are there on the same place. So this is how you are supposed to convince the other person that yes, this is the reason. You need to, again, you need to talk something good about the company, that it is one of the esteemed organization and it is known for its good HR policies, or it is known for its good work culture. So you being a fresher, you possess some good qualities, you have this technical skill, you have this interpersonal skill, and therefore you feel that it is the right company to start with. This is how you can convince the interviewer. Then next question, what are your strengths? Now this is also a very common question. What are your strengths? So again, you do not have to give a dramatic answer that my mother is my strength or my father is my strength. No, you don't have to tell that. Here, what are your strengths simply means that what are your positive qualities, right? Positive qualities, as in it lies more into your character. What are those positive qualities in you which makes you a which makes you a better fit for this position? So again, some positive qualities can be that you are flexible, you are good at managing time, you have got a lot of patience, you are friendly, you are a team player, you are magnetic, you are charismatic. So these are certain positive qualities which you can tell to the interviewer, because any company looks for a candidate with multiple positive qualities. Apart from your technical skill, apart from your core field skill, they also need that these interpersonal skills should be there in you, because in order to work in a team you should possess these things. So tell something good about yourself, and make sure, students, when you talk about your strengths, I suggest that do not speak more than two strengths, because whatever you are speaking you have to justify that. All right, remember one thing, whatever you are saying, questions will be asked from that itself. So if you are saying that I'm flexible, then the next question for the interviewer will be, all right, talk about an instance when you felt that you were flexible. So you should be ready with that answer. Or if you say that I have got good time management skills, so they can again ask that, or talk about an instance or talk about a situation when you really felt that your time management skills worked. So keep it simple, keep it two. All right, and whatever you are saying, just be prepared with the questions that could be asked after that. All you have to do is you have to play safe, you have to be honest, and even if you are not giving that particular answer, if you're not very honest, or maybe if you are framing some answer, then be ready with the questions that will be asked and you should be able to answer. All in all, they want to know one thing, whether you are able to justify whatever you are saying. So just make sure that whatever you say, you yourself do not get into a trap. That you need to remember, that आप जो भी बोल रहे हो ऐसा नहीं है आगे चल के आप खुद ही उसमें फंस जाओ. So keep those things in mind. There are people who say that I am altruist. Altruist means you are friendly. then you need to say certain things that many of my friends or when many of my classmates often say that I'm quite helpful, and many a times I've helped my friends in difficult situations. So you should be ready with those situations if asked for. All right. And also, one thing, students, see, you are helpful, you are friendly, but these are very common terms. Try to find a good word for that. So, for example, here I have written altruist. Altruist is nothing but somebody who is helpful, somebody who is friendly, right? So, in case you are using the same old words, you won't sound good. So, you have to search, you have to do some homework for yourself, you have to search something good, a replacement of a usual word that you have to look out for, so that in case the interviewer asks that, all right, explain this, you are able to explain that. This is actually more of a conversation than you can make with the interviewer. All right, next question is asked, do you have any weakness? All right. Many students say, ma'am, is it good to tell our weakness? Or many students simply say that, no, ma'am, I don't have any weakness. Now, tell me, students, we all are human beings, right? And as a human, we are prone to make errors. We are prone to make mistakes. So never ever say that I don't have any weakness. ठीक है, weakness हर इंसान की होती है. It is all that how we portray that. So if they say, do you have any weakness? So of course you will say, yes, I do have a weakness. Now here, what you have to do here, you have to use your words. They're asking your weakness, but you do not have to tell your actual weakness. Rather, you have to play smart. What you will do is, you will talk about a weakness, but you need to talk about such a weakness which actually looks like a strength. ठीक है, हम एक ऐसी वीकनेस के बारे में बात करेंगे जो कि हमारी एक स्ट्रेंथ लगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ओके, नाउ कंपनी को क्या चाहिए? कंपनी को चाहिए दैट यू वर्क वेल, राइट? नाउ इन केस यू से, सर, yes, I do have a weakness that at times I become antisocial. I do not like to attend parties. When I know that I have a lot of work which has to be done, I become antisocial. I stop attending parties. I stop going to these social functions. So that is your weakness. That is fine. But is that weakness going to hamper company? No. Company ka kaam ho raha hai, right? So that weakness is not a weakness actually. That moreover looks like a strength. Company ka kaam ho raha hai, right? You are workaholic, but you are antisocial. तो आपने ऐसी अपनी वीकनेस बताई है जो कि स्ट्रेंथ की तरह लगे. पर यहाँ पर एक चीज यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड, आप अपनी जो भी वीकनेस बताते हो, राइट, ऑलवेज पुट अ पॉइंट दैट यू आर trying to overcome that weakness, and tell what is the strategy how you are trying to overcome that weakness. So in case you say that at times I get so much involved into my work that I become less social, of course that is a weakness, right? I become less social. However, I'm trying to overcome that weakness. And how you're trying to overcome that weakness, I've prepared a planner for myself. And according to that, and I have started following that planner strictly, which means that whatever time I have given for my work, I will spend that time and I will try to finish my work on that time. And whatever time I have given for the social meetings, I'll make sure I attend that as well. Because somewhere I have learned that you can be successful in your life when you maintain your life, you maintain the work balance. So of course, if you are saying this thing, which means that you are actually accepting that yes, this is your weakness, and you are also working on that weakness, and you need to tell the strategy how you are doing that. Okay, but never ever tells any weakness which can take your job from you. So for example, never ever say that I trust people easily. Do not say such weaknesses. All right, always talk about weakness which more look like a strength, and also tell what you are doing, or what is the strategy that you are following to overcome that weakness. So in this situation, when you will answer like this, the person will be more pleased, because at the first place you are not denying that you don't have a weakness, you are accepting your weakness, and also you are working on that. So that looks pretty cool. Okay, why you should be hired? So this question is again very similar to what we have previously said, that like more of the questions are similar to each other. why you want to join a company, or why you should be hired. So again, here you are supposed to present your strengths. You need to talk about your strengths, whether that is your personal attributes, or it is related to your technicalities, that these are the things that you possess. Also, you need to tell that company is also looking for the same things. So I feel that I am one of the best fit for the company, and if you get an opportunity, you with your hard work, with your effort, you can actually make a difference in the company. So very simple, talk about your strengths, talk about your positive qualities, and then remind the interviewer that, sir, somewhere in the job description as well, you have mentioned that these are the qualities which you are looking for the candidate. So, of course, if you get an opportunity, I'll strive hard with my sincere efforts to make a difference in your company. So, when you speak this much, the interviewer will get convinced and will try to give you a chance into their company. All right. Now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? आज से 5 साल बाद आप अपने आप को कहाँ देखना चाहते हो? Now, see, ऐसा नहीं है that interviewer is more into your personal life. Now, this question has also got a reason. रीजन ये है, दे वॉन्ट टू नो योर फ्यूचर प्लान्स. देर आर मेनी कैंडिडेट्स, कुछ कैंडिडेट ऐसे ही होते हैं जो फॉर एग्जाम्पल उनको कुछ नहीं है तो चलो अभी उनको लगता है 6 मंथ्स कहीं भी काम करना है, सो टाइम पास करने के लिए आ जाते हैं. बट रिमेंबर वन थिंग स्टूडेंट्स, वेन एवर अ कंपनी हायर्स यू, whenever a company hires you, they hire you for a reason, that you should be productive to them. ठीक है, कंपनी आप पर इन्वेस्ट कर रही है, कंपनी आप पर इन्वेस्ट कर रही है आपको ट्रेन करने में, राइट? सो फॉर फर्स्ट 3 मंथ्स और 6 मंथ्स यू आर एक्चुअली नॉट प्रोडक्टिव फॉर द कंपनी. उल्टा कंपनी आप पर पैसा लगा रही है ना, आपको जो सैलरी दे रही है सो अलग. So they actually want to know whether the candidate who is coming to them is actually going to seriously work there or not. उसमें stability है कि नहीं, या फिर आपके कोई और plans हैं. ठीक है, this is the main reason why the company is asking you that where do you see yourself 5 years from now. So इसका आपको बहुत अच्छा सा एक आंसर देना है. First of all, in case you are having any plans to go pursue higher education, do not tell there in front of the interviewer. ठीक है, rather you should tell the HR that 5 years down the line you see yourself in a managerial position, taking important decisions for the company, taking important decisions in the favor of the company, and the company starts treating you as an asset. Asset is something which is valuable. तो जब आप एक ऐसा आंसर दे रहे हो ना, तो आप एक क्लियर कर रहे हो एचआर को that yes, you solely want to work and you want to work for a longer period of time. ठीक है, एंड ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ आप काम करने के लिए काम कर रहे हो, आपको कंपनी में काम करना है, एफर्ट इतने अच्छे आपको लगाने हैं और इस तरह से लगाने हैं कि कंपनी आपको एक वैल्यूएबल एसेट की तरह ट्रीट करने लगे, एक वैल्यूएबल एम्प्लॉय की तरह ट्रीट करने लगे. सो दिस इज ऑल इन ऑल दैट यू वांट टू टेल इन फ्रंट ऑफ द इंटरव्यूअर. आपको ये बताना है दैट यस यू आर आपके दिमाग में यू आर कंप्लीटली प्रिपेयर्ड that from now onwards I want to start working, and whichever company I'm going to join, I want to join for a longer period of time. ठीक है, I want to maintain a good relationship, I want to join for a longer period of time, and I believe in the growth, company की भी growth and अपनी भी growth. That is what you want to convince the other person. All right, now the last question for today is, what are your salary expectations? Now, this is a very crucial question. It will be asked whether you are a fresher or you are an experienced person. ठीक है, पर इसका आंसर वैरी करेगा. अगर आप फ्रेशर हो तो इसका आंसर दूसरा होगा, अगर आप एक एक्सपीरियंस हो तो इसका आंसर दूसरा होगा. ठीक है, सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर वन थिंग, अगर आप एक्सपीरियंस हो देन यू हैव राइट टू नेगोशिएट. ठीक है, बिकॉज यू होल्ड दैट मच ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, आपके पास इतने साल का आपको पता है कि ये सारी चीजें हैं. बट अभी आप फ्रेशर हो मतलब आपके पास कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, एंड व्हेन यू आर इनएक्सपीरियंस यू डू नॉट हैव एनी राइट टू नेगोशिएट एट द फर्स्ट प्लेस. ठीक है, सेकेंडली, नेवर एवर कोट अ फिगर. आप कोई फिगर मत कोट करो, क्योंकि उन्होंने जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन में जो मेंशन करा होता है वो उससे ज्यादा आपको वैसे भी नहीं देंगे. ठीक है, सो इट्स बेटर नॉट टू कोट अ फिगर. आपको आंसर क्या देना है? पहली बात तो वट एवर सैलरी यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग शुड बी एज पर द इंडस्ट्रियल नॉर्म्स. जो भी इंडस्ट्री के स्टैंडर्ड्स चल रहे हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग होनी चाहिए. ओके, एंड सेकेंडली, सिंस यू डू नॉट हैव एनी एक्सपीरियंस, तो आप ये कह सकते हो कि माई सैलरी एक्सपेक्टेशंस आर इन लाइन विथ माई क्वालिफिकेशन। सो आपकी जो क्वालिफिकेशन है, आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन बीटेक है तो बीटेक के अकॉर्डिंग होनी चाहिए, या आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन अगर एमबीए है तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग होनी चाहिए। सो टू थिंग्स आप ध्यान रखना, वन इज अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंडस्ट्रियल नॉर्म्स एंड अनदर थिंग इज एज पर दी क्वालिफिकेशन। जो आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन है उसको वो जस्टिफाई करना चाहिए। एंड ऑफ कोर्स जब आप इतना बोल दोगे, सो दे वुड नॉट, अगर हमको हायर करना होगा तो दे विल एक्चुअली थिंक, दे विल कंसिडर दोज थिंग्स, और उसके बाद ही दे आर गोइंग टू गिव यू एन ऑफर। ठीक है, अगर आगे फर्दर ये नेगोशिएशन बढ़ता है, सो यू कैन ऑफ कोर्स से दैट यू नीड समथिंग विच कैन फुलफिल योर बेसिक नीड्स। बेसिक नीड्स इज रोटी कपड़ा मकान, कि अगर आप रिलोकेट कर रहे हैं, अगर आप एक दूसरी लोकेशन पे जा रहे हैं, तो एटलीस्ट इतनी सैलरी होनी चाहिए that you can bear those expenses apart from your personal expenses, right? So these were some basic HR questions that we have covered today. ये क्वेश्चंस आपसे हर कंपनी में पूछे जाते हैं, तो इट इज नॉट कि कंपनी स्पेसिफिक कि इसमें, अच्छा टीसीएस में ये पूछे गए हैं, इन्फोसिस नहीं, ये क्वेश्चंस कॉमन क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, ये हमेशा ही पूछे जाते हैं। सो do not try to learn the answers, rather try to understand that why a particular question is being asked from you and try to prepare the answer. One thing I would like to suggest you students, many a times I have seen that candidate को पता चलता है कि यहाँ पर मेरा इंटरव्यू वो ऐसे ही चला जाता है। आई वुड सजेस्ट यू टू प्रिपेयर वेल। आप अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करो, क्वेश्चन है उसका आंसर लिख लो। जब आप कुछ कोई चीज लिख लेते हो ना, तो आपको समझ में आता है, अच्छा दिस आई हैव टू स्पीक। ठीक है, एक प्रायर प्रिपरेशन बहुत जरूरी है बिफोर यू अपियर फॉर द एक्चुअल इंटरव्यू। सो थिंक अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट कि ये क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछा जा रहा है एंड व्हाट एम आई एक्सपेक्टेड टू से एंड व्हाट द अदर पर्सन इज विलिंग टू लिसन। Try, practice, and do let me know whether it was helpful for you or not. So till then, thank you everybody. I'll meet you again with my next lesson on HR questions part 2. Take care everyone. Bye bye.